Guy Brice Parfait Kollas was a Congolese politician. Following the death of his father, Bernard Kollas, he succeeded him as interim president of the Congolese Movement for Democracy and Integral Development, one of Congo-Brazzaville's main political parties. In 2010, he served in the government of Congo-Brazzaville as Minister of Marine and Inland Fishing from 2007 to 2009 and as Minister of the Civil Service from 2009 to 2015. After placing a distant second in the 2016 parliamentary election, he founded a new party, the Union of Humanist Democrats. In 2017, Kollas was born in Brazzaville in 1959. His parents were Bernard Kollas and his wife Jacqueline. He studied economics, obtaining a degree from Brazzaville's Marine Noabi University in 1983. Afterward, he continued his studies in France. He received a degree in economics from the University of Basankong in 1985 and a degree in international transport from the Mulhouse International Institute of Transport in 1987. Ultimately, he obtained a doctorate degree in industrial economics, specializing in business strategy, from the University of Dijon in 1993. Kollas' father, Bernard Kollas, was one of Congo-Brazzaville's main political leaders during the 1990s. During the 1997 Civil War, Bernard Kollas served briefly as prime minister before he and his old rival, President Pascal Lissouba, were ousted by rebel forces loyal to Denis Sassou Nguesso in October 1997. He and Lissouba fled into exile, but some fighting continued. On the 7th of December 1997, Kollas sent his son to South Africa to acquire weapons that Lissouba had previously ordered from Eber Management and Trading Ltd., a company that sold arms to the government during the Civil War. Brice Parfait Kollas was his father's transportation advisor around that time and participated in negotiations. In Congo-Brazzaville, Bernard Kollas was convicted of war crimes in absentia and sentenced to death. After 8 years in exile, he was allowed to return in October 2005 so that he could participate in the funeral of his wife, Jacqueline. The government then decided to allow him to remain in Congo-Brazzaville and participate in the nation's political life. The National Assembly unanimously approved an amnesty for Bernard Kollas in November 2005. The MCDDI, led by Bernard Kollas, signed an electoral alliance with Sassou Nguesso's Congolese Labour Party in April 2007. In the June 2007 parliamentary election, Brice Parfait Kollas stood as the MCDDI candidate in Kinkala constituency, located in the Pool region. The Pool region was traditionally dominated by the MCDDI, and Kollas easily won the Kinkala seat in the first round, receiving 77.46% of the vote. After the election, he was appointed to the government as Minister of Marine and Inland Fishing and Aquaculture on 30 December 2007. At the MCDDI's first convention, held in Brazzaville on the 24th to the 25th of May 2008, Brice Parfait Kollas was designated as the coordinator of the MCDDI National Executive Bureau and National Secretary for Development Strategies. In that capacity, he was considered the second-ranking member of the party, after his father. However, his father was by that point an elderly man in apparently declining health, and thus Brice Parfait Kollas was effectively being designated as the MCDDI's de facto leader. It also seemed evident that he was being positioned to succeed his father, and that arrangement was contrasted with the situation in the Union for Democracy and the Republic, another political party. André Milongo, the president of the UDR Mvinda, had died in 2007 without taking the necessary steps to secure his son's succession to the party leadership. The son, Stéphane Milongo, proved unable to obtain the party leadership on his own. It was suspected that the example of the Milongos might have influenced Bernard Kollas to promote his son to the top of the party. Brice Parfait Kollas also became the coordinator of the Conference of African Humanist Democrats, a non-governmental organization, when it was launched at the initiative of the MCDDI and various other African political parties on the 19th of April 2009. CODEHA sent electoral observer missions to monitor the July 2009 presidential election in Congo-Brazzaville as well as the August 2009 presidential election in Gabon. At the time of the July 2009 presidential election, Brice Parfait Kollas was the Deputy National Director of President Sassou Nguesso's re-election campaign. Along with other major figures who had formerly opposed Sassou Nguesso, Kollas was present for the launch of the campaign at a large rally held in Brazzaville in June 2009. On that occasion, he read a message on behalf of his father, in which the latter endorsed Sassou Nguesso. After winning re-election, Sassou Nguesso promoted Kollas to the post of Minister of the Civil Service and State Reform on 15 September 2009. Bernard Kollas died at the age of 76 on 13 November 2009. Brice Parfait Kollas was considered an obvious